Happy Monday to you, everyone. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're ready to get back to work doing tracking training your dog how to track a person in case they ever become lost or for whatever reason. Maybe you just want to run down a teenager or something. Who knows? Okay, so yesterday I talked about scent pads, the oval scent pads, circular scent pads, and how you need to train your dog to on scent pads for about 40 repetition. It vary a little bit here or there, just depending on which dog you have and how well they like to use their nose and how good they're at using it. So now today we're going to now morph from a round scent pad into a triangular scent pad, as you see here. And this is to start the dog to now start to move down into a corridor that starts to narrow a little bit at a time. This is in preparation of now having a straight corridor, a straight trail that's not oval, that is pretty much the path of someone leaving this spot and going somewhere else. This is every bit as important as yesterday's preparation and using their circular scent pads. This one, though, will require the dog to move down a more narrow corridor, which will also require a little bit more handling on your part to make sure that the dog stays within the boundaries. If it goes out, that's okay. Remember, just go out a little bit, about a foot or two. That's it, no more than that. And then if the dog can't find its way back onto the scent pad, you'll guide your dog back in. Okay, the latest scent pad, what you do is you walk out to any point, just pick one, put a flag in the ground, walk over to another point, and these scent pads are typically about anywhere from 10 to 15 feet wide. That's as big as they need to be to start with. Put in another flag, walk down, put in your other flag, go back to the top here, and then start zigzagging back and forth across the pad, forming a bit of a funnel. And as you do, just drop some treats along the way. Then make sure you hop off this thing and then go lay your next one. So these are kind of like funnel pads is what we call them. Again, very instrumental. Now starting to get your dog to move down a tighter pad. So I'll be ready to go out on the trail. Okay, I've got mine set up behind me here. I'll walk out there to them. I got the flags. I don't know how well you can see them. Here's one flag here. The other here, and the other one here. I will start at this end here and with Captain and work my way towards you. All right, so you guys ready to get started? See, I told you tracking requires a little bit of exercise. Okay, so I'm going to go grab Captain right now. Again, I have him back tied. I'm not doing obedience out here. Not today. Not happening. I need him to focus on tracking. He has not had dinner yet. I've got some really great treats down. I'm using the Bill Jack, the frozen dog food, which, by the way, someone asked me, that's not raw dog food. That's just really fresh dog food that they freeze to keep it that way. When you get it, you'll need to thaw it out, of course, because otherwise you just inherit a 2 or 5 pound brick. Thaw it out. Keep it in your refrigerator. Take out what you want to use for your training. Now, do me a favor. If you do not use all of those treats, if you ever happen to hand some to your dog, then know this. You just transferred your dog's oral bacteria. If you give them a treat, then you reach back in that treat pouch and get another treat out and give it to your dog. You did it more than a few times. The oral bacteria from your dog's mouth is now coating the rest of these treats. So do me a favor. Unless you want a big time science project, don't go putting what you have left over back in the original bag. If you want to save them, put them in a Ziploc bag or just throw your whole treat bag like I do in the refrigerator. Just wrap it up, toss it in the fridge, and use them until they're all gone. But do not go putting them back in the remainder of that 2 pound bag because you will have a science project by the next day, I guarantee. And now you've just wasted that whole bag of treats. Okay, so further ado, I'm going to go grab Captain and we're going to get started on this bad boy. Funnel pads. Here we go. Right there, low. Okay guys, when you do this, make sure that you start in the middle of one of the legs. Just pick one of them, it really doesn't matter. This is my widest end. I'm trying to funnel down to this end here. So do start at the widest leg that you have. Start in the middle of it. Again, use your stereotype signal. I'm going to use the word track. I am going to point to the ground. I'm going to take the rest of this long line, throw it out here on the ground. It's not going to be part of this equation right now. I'm just going to hang on to him at about 3 or 4 feet of a leash. Let him go. Let him start working his way down to the end of this funnel. Okay, so here we go. Track. And immediately the nose went to the ground. Worked its way down this leg here. Good, he turned back in. He turned back in on his own. As long as the dog is doing well, again, be quiet. Don't be talking. The only time you need to repeat the command is if you're convinced that your dog is basically finished or completely lost, or they get distracted by something else. Get them back to work. Go back to work. And you see Captain working his way down this funnel. At this point in training, it's okay for him to go back. Later, as we start going down trails, no sir, can't do that. But right now, all I'm trying to do is do natural pairing here. He's smelling where I've stepped all over this triangle, and where I've stepped on this triangle, leaving my contact scent and also causing the ground to be disturbed. That's where he will locate treats. He will not locate them out there. I haven't been out there. I haven't been way back there. Haven't been over there. I've only been towards the camera, but I hopped off to get to you. You see him working it. Here we go. We're down, getting towards the end of the flags here. I'm not restricting him, making him go to the end of that funnel. There we go. Look, he came right back in on his own. I'm just standing right here in this funnel, more towards the back of it. Allow him to work. Good. He turned back in again. Now, as I get to about funnel number 10, I will choke up on the leash a little bit, choke up on a little bit, and I will start to guide the dog a little bit more. But again, when it comes to tracking in the beginning, it's got to be all them. You got to act like you don't have a clue where this funnel is. I'm clueless here, baby. After all, they're the ones doing the tracking. They're leading you to the lost person. All right, he's down here at the end. Attaboy, cattle dog, good track. And then take him right off that track. And if you had another funnel, like I told you yesterday, you take a little bit of a break, take about a 2-minute break, get something to drink. Yep, even though it's cold, it's really cold down here today, still you drink. Again, it is winter time when people become the most dehydrated. Same with your dog. So give your dog a little bit to drink, then head over to your next pad, and the same thing repeats until you've done 3 or 4 pads. And that's as many as you ever need to do in any training session. That's it. You're good to go. Okay, so in review, this is more of a triangle. Let me just grab my little pad here. Again, I'm a big believer. I hear, I forget, I see, I learn, I do, I understand. All right, so on this big pad here, set it out here. Zigzag back and forth, jump off the pad, jump off. Go set your next pad. Bring your dog around, start here at the top. Work your way down, back and forth, back and forth. If the dog goes out, see what it does. If it turns on, someone comes back in, great. That's exactly what you want to see happen. If the dog comes back this way, that's okay, fine right now. I didn't really set a trail here. I kind of just walked all over this bad boy. That's all I did. Down, 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 back up a little bit, dropped a couple trees, then got the heck off of it. So who cares? This is not intersecting the T. This is simply you learning that those treats are only found in this disturbed area. They are not found out here. They are not. No way. So be careful about where you walk. Make sure you have defined funnel pads out on your field. Don't go walking all over the place. Don't get out here and play with your dog first and then do this. try to find as sterile as a place as possible. You wouldn't want to walk out here after some kid's been playing soccer all day long and then set the pad up on that field. No, out here, no one's been out here today, not enough to really matter. I laid out a couple of these pads and I'm working them, as you saw Captain work them, and your dog will do the same thing. So again, not a lot of stuff you need to concentrate on right now, other than just don't let there be a whole lot of contamination all over the place. Because now all of a sudden the dog's going, well, I smell disturbed over here too, but there's no treats. No, this area has to be uniquely different than that area, and that area, and that area, and this area. Keep that in mind. So spring onto that corner. Set your thing and spring off that corner. Start working out a little bit. Do some deep squats and jumps. And jump. Use those arms. Get off of that pad. Try to leave as little trace of you as possible. You're like a superhero. You were here 1 second, you're gone. That's the way you want your dog to think as well. Only in here do I find the treats. Okay, so you guys practice. We're going to move at a really fast pace. Again, I'm going to move a lot faster than what Captain will be ready for, but so what? We're going for it anyway. Tomorrow, we're going to start down the trail. Okay, this is where it starts to get a little bit more serious. We're going to head on down the trail. And you'll see me being a little bit more proactive with my handling. I'm not allowing gigantic mistakes. Just that 1 foot, 2 foot off the trail, and that is it, baby. Get back on. And there will be a bit of a difference in how we lay these treats. Okay, so tune in for tomorrow. We'll get this thing done. We'll have a lot more fun doing it, man, because I love tracking. All right, if you guys got any questions, drop them down in the thread. I'll either get to them or I have someone else get to them. We're all busy. We're all running and gunning, but we'll get to you. Okay, so go do your training. Heck, there's got to be at least about 4 more hours of daylight, or at least 3 of it. Yep, make it about 3. And so you got time to go out here and lay some pads and do some training with your dog. Okay, so get after it. Make it happen. See you guys tomorrow. Bye. Good job, gal dog.